everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very exciting because I have gathered everything I have loved recently that is from the drugstore all into one video, and I've also got some unfavorites in here as well. A really exciting dupe to start with. This is the No. 7 Instant Illusions Rapid Radiance Balm. This is basically the drugstore version of the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. It's one of those kind of skin smoothing primers that just instantly like perks up dull skin. Applying it is literally just like doing this to your face, and I actually find that this one blurs over imperfections a little bit better than the Clarins one. Kiko have released a new collection, and my favourite from that whole collection was their Essential Bronzer in Warm Melange. You can see it's really big, it's like the size of my palm, and then you open it up and it has this nice kind of like swirly marbleized effect. This really reminds me of the Clarins Summer Bronzing Compact I keep talking about, and it also has a bit of like a highlightery, glowy factor in there as well, but it still looks semi-matte on the skin, which I quite like. Gorgeous, gorgeous bronzer. Speaking of cheek things, this colour has really tickled my cheeks. I was going to say tickled my fancy, and it wasn't like my fancy because I've been using it. Anyway, this is the Bodyshop all-in-one cheek colour shade, and this shade number 1 is a really nice peach colour. I'm just going to put on a little bit now on my cheeks so you can see how nice that looks. Can you see? It's just like the tiniest hint, and it just gives you a little perfect flush of colour. Long-lasting formula, and it isn't powdery or chalky at all. I discovered these lip liners recently, and they are really, really good. These are the Max Factor Colour Elixir lip liner. If you're after the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats, these are really, really similar. My pet peeve about lip liners is when it kind of like bleeds into the fine lines. Don't do that because they're really creamy, but they're not waxy or drying either. There are only 4 shades, which is a bit of a downer, but I like the shade Pink Princess and Red Rush. This is really cool. This is the Sanctuary Spa 7-Day Moisture Miracle Oil Balm. First of all, it smells incredible, and as the name would suggest, it is a really oily balm. It kind of applies like a cream and then it goes sort of oily, but it's not slippy oily that you can't do anything with your hands afterwards. I find this is really good for any dry patches on my body. I've actually been using it as a hand cream overnight on your cuticles, on your elbows. Smells really nice and spa-like as well. Now on to some primers, and I have 3 here, and one is an unfavourite. Should I start with the unfavourite? This is the 17 Skin Wow 3-Way Highlighter. Guys, if you want to look like a disco ball, look this way, and I don't think that you do. This is like really thick, glittery pigments, and it really shows up on the skin. It's like really not cute at all. You kind of apply your foundation on top of it and you can just see the like glitter shimmer like shining through. It's not nice and sheeny and subtle. It's just like, hey, did you go to a children's disco party? But this is a big but here. If you're looking for something sheeny and illuminating from the drugstore, this is the Soap & Glory Hocus Focus Instant Visual Floor Softening Illuminator. Does anyone do that where they take a product and then you just read like everything that's written on the front of the product? I use this in my everyday makeup routine, so if you fancy seeing this in action, I will link it below, but it's just a really gorgeous golden toned liquid illuminator. Blends really seamlessly with the skin. It's really, really subtle but still shines through underneath foundation, or you can mix it with your foundation as well, or you could just tap it on the high points of your cheekbones as you normally do with liquid illuminators. A really fantastic all-round primer is the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Primer. I'm not going to read everything on the packaging on this one. When you first apply it, has a really velvety feel to it, and then it kind of smooths over everything on your skin and dries almost tacky, which I really like, but it's not like tacky sticky. It's tacky so that your foundation adheres to it really, really well. It doesn't do anything miraculous to pores or imperfections, but in terms of making your foundation adhere to it well and making it last all day, this is the one. I've got a lot of lip things. Are you ready, lip addicts? These are the Barry M Jelly High Shine lips. These are really cute because they're crayons, but they're thin crayons, so they're not like taking over your whole lips, if you know what I mean. You can really like get in and precise with them. Glossy finish, really moisturizing, don't stick to dry patches. They are slightly drying, so you do have to use a balm underneath them, but they give a nice glossy look to the lips, and the colors are really cute as well. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna die when you see these shades. Like, this is not normal. normal. Oh, these are so pretty. Every time I open them, I'm like, oh, you are stunning. These are the new Bodyshop Color Crush lipsticks, and I like the original formula of these. I think I had them in a favorites video back in June or something, but these are the sheerer versions of them, and they've brought out some gorgeous bright colors. They don't apply as they look in here. They apply really nice and sheer, so they're quite easy to slap on when you want something to perk up your face. I think these are going to be a nice summer staple. If you're after an alternative of the By Terry Ombre Black Star I keep talking about, the Kiko Long Lasting Stick Shadow in number 6 is a really good dupe for number 4. The colour isn't as unique as the By Terry one. It doesn't have that kind of luminescent pearly look to it, but it is still really, really gorgeous. They last a really long time on the eyelids, and I love these kind of like sweep and go crayons. For hair things, this is the John Frieda Brilliant Brunette Liquid Shine. It's what I've used on my hair today just before blow drying. It's just a clear gel, apply it on your hair, and then you just blow dry it, and your hair just looks a lot glossier than normal. I did a full post on this with before and after pictures, so if you fancy seeing those, I will link that below. Y'all know how much I said y'all. Oh my god, you can tell I was just in Dallas. I'm trying to get all like down with the y'all thing. I think it's quite cool. Anyway, this is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I love this a lot. I have confessed my love to this on numerous occasions, but now I have extended my love to that onto their concealer. This concealer absolutely rocks. I find it's really light, but it still has quite a high coverage. Doesn't go cakey, doesn't separate, doesn't oxidize on the skin, blends so seamlessly. It's a really light liquid formula. It is one of my favorite concealers I have discovered this year. Shall I move on to something a bit disappointing? I think so. This is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Perfecting Concealer. I don't really know. You guys, like, this was really weird. First of all, it was really light coverage, so you'd think something that said better skin would be like medium to full coverage maybe? It kind of went really cakey, and I applied it on top of foundation and it just sat really funny on my skin. I kind of have little lumps sometimes, like around here if I haven't slept, and it just like clung to those lumps and made them appear. They're not like huge lumps, they're quite tiny, but it just made them appear much bigger than they actually were. Yeah, wasn't too impressed with this. This one is kind of a funny one. This is the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Lip Lacquer. I really like the colour of this. I like that it was opaque in one coat. It's really nice and thick in a good way that feels like it's gonna last a long time, but if you talk, it kind of has strings. Like, does anyone ever get that with lip products, that you talk and it kind of like attaches together and looks like strings, and it just isn't cute. It's just really strange, and I did the whole like lip trick to make sure there was none there, and it kind of just ended up like seeping back up into my lips and being really strange and stringy. So love the colour. If anyone uses this and knows that they don't do that, maybe I've got a weird one, let me know. This is the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet, and this is another like matte bold lip thing. This is seriously, seriously good. One layer, it lasts mega long. It's not drying at all. I find the Hourglass Opaque Rouge are really drying. You take this off, your lips are fine, they're great, they've had a good time. I do find the shade range of this is quite funny. Some of them don't really apply all that well, so if you're after these, definitely look into the bold shades. Speaking of Bourjois, I have one hit and one miss here, and the miss is the Mascara Twist Up the Volume. You kind of twist the cap and the mascara wand grows, so you get a bit of length and a bit of volume, and you're supposed to do it like step 1 and step 2. I didn't really found this make much of a difference. I found it actually made my lashes be quite like clumpy and not that long at all. I wasn't really impressed with this, and I normally love Bourjois mascaras. Speaking of Bourjois mascaras that I love, this is the Volume 1 Second Mascara, and this has like a mix of like baubles and spikes in the wand. It's quite funny, and the wand spikes are actually really short, so you can really wiggle and you can kind of grip the lashes quite nicely. This is a fantastic definition mascara if you like volume and a lot of like length and drama to your lashes. Look this way. It's hard to beat the Urban Decay eyeliners, but one that has come close is the Max Factor Excess Intensity Longwear Eyeliner. This is mega black, it's mega creamy, it will last on your waterline throughout the evening or day or whenever you wear it. Just cannot fault this one. You guys know my feelings about the Charles Worthington volume range, especially their texturizing spray. Let's just have a moment for their texturizing spray, because it is just Moving on, this is their Thick and Full 3D Boosting Cream. It's a really funny texture, it's almost like pink jelly, and I apply a really small amount of this all throughout my hair. Even in my roots, I haven't found it makes my roots greasy or anything. Then I blow dry my hair and your hair just feels really nice and big. Sometimes I find boosting creams can make your hair really dry and crispy, but not with this one. Another little weird one is something from Melange, and I love their blushes, so I thought I might like this. This is their Illuminating Face Powder, and it says Ultra Smooth Highlighter, Bronzer, and Blush. I found this really strange because it just didn't show up on my skin at all. I was like looking in the mirror and I was like, are you there? Are you not? I don't know. And then I applied a couple more layers and I was like, okay, it just looks like I've applied like a weird white semi-pink powder to my skin, and then I left it for half an hour and I was like, well, you've disappeared now, so I'll just apply a normal blush. I didn't find it had that much highlighting quality to it either because it was a bit kind of chalky and powdery, so if you're looking for a Melange blush, maybe check out their baked blushes because I love those. How cute are these for nail colours right now? These are both from Model Zone and it's the shade Beach Bag and Shades. They're just really gorgeous and bright and fun for summer. If you guys are into fake lashes, apart from the Ardell Demi Wispies, which I also love, Bourjois do some really great corner lashes and they're really foolproof to apply. I find that corner ones are so much easier than the full strip because you can just like pop them on in the corner. And the band on this is really thin, so they're really easy to maneuver. They're really nice and subtle as well, but just add a hint of a kind of feline eye. Skincare stuff, I'm loving the Mel Vita Radiance Duo, and this is like an oil mixture that you kind of shake up and apply as a toner. It doesn't leave your skin feeling oily or greasy or anything. It's really kind of like a fine mist oil. It smells really gorgeous and just gives your skin a really nice hydrating pick-me-up. Last thing is my favorite from the bunch, and this is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder, and ever since I've got this I've been raving about it like there is no tomorrow. It's everything I want in a powder. It adds a hint of coverage, it mattifies, it's really finely milled, it blurs over everything, and even if you apply a second layer like throughout the day, it doesn't go cakey or separate or feel heavy on the skin. Definitely my favorite thing from the whole video. Every time I have like negative Nancy inserts in the video, I always like whip out Duke to be like, there is cuteness. I don't know why I bring him. I just feel like it because you're so cute, cute squirrel. There's one thing I want to know from you guys. What is your current favorite or not favorite, unfavorite drugstore item of the moment? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like this video and you fancy seeing it more regularly. As always, my social media links are below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!